And welcome back, everybody, to Chapter 8. Let us move on to the 88 keys. Did you just see that? And there's blood coming out of the walls. Right up there. Right there. Or it must be my imagination. Seeing the piano stirred up against distant recollections of Paul Luther's story in Alex's mind, the echoes of those notes within the cathedral also echo within her own consciousness. Her hands are drawn to the keys, almost of their own accord. The Forbidden City.
Who are you?
I am your lord and conqueror.
What manner of forsaken being are you?
So, you can see me in my true form. You are a gifted man. Take this one and use him as the foundation for the pillar. He is special and should be given a special place among the suffering.
Well, let's just get right into it.
Much has been written about the exploits of conquerors. In the context of history, one man's champion is another man's nemesis, hero or murderer. Much has been written, but what has not is far more interesting. The Tome of Eternal Darkness mentions a Venetian artist and architect of the Renaissance named Roberto Bianchi. Roaming abroad to find inspiration, he was captured by a warlord expanding his empire. He forced Roberto to use his architectural and engineering skills to construct a monument to his greatness. To complete his task, he must survey the site.
Back to Persia.
Survey the site quickly, dog, and maybe you'll live long enough to see the sacrament's construction.
Sacrament.
Did you think we would trust you, Bianchi? Even though you are graced with the generosity of our liege, you are still his prisoner. As I said, finish your work quickly, and maybe we'll drag you out of this hole.
Roberto must survey the ruins of this ancient temple. The rooms he must survey can be found on the map. Only when these areas have been inspected can the construction begin. I suppose. a frantic worker looking for answers to questions that can't be answered. He hopes Roberto is there to save them and longs to see his family and friends once he escapes. Me too. Me too. Dear God. Demons. The structure around here shows signs of stress. It is far from sound. Perhaps with some reinforcement, it might be able to suit the requirements of the monument. Oh, what is this? Saber. An old scythe lies discarded on a nearby ledge. This, ooh. Does the frame rate drop a sanity effect? Oh dear. Let's see now. I chop at you. Another lever. Oh dear. Chop all your arms off. Away from me, you foul beast! Alright. I'm an architect, not a warrior. Oh, you know what? I need to see in the darkness anyway. Oh, crossbow bolts. Okay, yeah, they're denoted by X's. Goes down deep. Dust and rock falls from the roof through a fault in the stone. It is difficult for Roberto to assess how sturdy the place is, but it needs a lot of reinforcement if it is to be built upon. Collect the crossbow. Oh dear. Got his head popped like a tick. You alright? The worker is surprised to see Roberto. He confesses to cowardice, as he stayed behind while others ventured further into the complex. When the screams of the others echoed from the walls, he dared not move. Well, can't say I blame you entirely. Sorry about that. Oops. Poison gas. Ooh. Summon zombie. Let's see. Protect. Self. Get away from me. I fight back from you, you foul beast. There we go. So anytime there's green gas all over the floor, it's got one of those types of monsters. I know. Well, new spell. I'm gonna have to. Chant item. Oops. Damn. Come on. Chant item. 5 points. Oliath. Oh dear. Another worker's corpse, this time slashed from behind as he ran from his attacker, hoping for escape. Ugh. I shouldn't go in there. A ravaged corpse litter the room. Their flesh has been devoured in places, and decomposition is already set in. No. Stay away from them. What are you doing? That's not a swing. You just gotta... Now you're not a warrior, but you can swing a sword a little harder than that. Although crumbling in places, the structure of this area could be braced to provide enough of a foundation for the monument. Ooh. Dear God. Oh dear. You know what? Ow. I'm out of bolts. Damn. I need to get out of here. I need to... Oh, God. Swing. Come on. Oh, there we go. A moat of molten rock and fire prevent access to the room's center, in which a curious shrine stands. Confused by the layout, Roberto ponders its purpose and reason, and finds none. There's a key placed on the pedestal. It glints in the room's soft light. Yeah, that's reveal invisible. Is it Narokath? Rickamore? Yeah. Forgotten corridor key. You know what?
Help me, Grandpa. I can't take this anymore.
Don't be so weak, Alex. You have a stronger mind than this. I didn't bring up a weakling. Not a scared wretch of a girl.
You kept all this from me. You kept me alone. You shared nothing with me.
I couldn't. I could never give you the burden. I just wanted you to grow up. To grow up and leave me alone. Why couldn't you have been killed with your parents?
This isn't really happening.
Good God. Let's see. Preventing any passage to that direction. Oh, what's that? A sapphire effigy stands inside an alcove set into the wall. Oh, this must be the Forgotten Corridor. Been a while since I've saved. Guessing that hurts you? Yes. Yes, it does. So I need the shield spell. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I'm hearing voices. There's blood oozing out of the wall. The man babbles incoherently about worms devouring his countrymen, and that Roberto will be next. A hideous bas relief adorns the monolith, humans thrown into a nest of huge worms. The people have been sacrificed, ingested by the worms to fuel some unknown, unfathomable process. Worms or tentacles? You be the judge. worms, you say? Oh. The dilapidated roof appears to be collapsing in several areas and will need a lot of reinforcement. The workers will have a daunting task ahead of them. Well, it looks like the worms won't be too much of a problem. You just have to kind of lightly smack them. That probably, yeah. If there's any more coming, no. Fortunately, there is not. Oh, yes. Spell list. Shield. 5 points. A pressure-sensitive mechanism has been constructed into the floor, and a smooshed humanoid creature. That's right. Yeah. 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 Oh. Blue poison gas. Oh dear. Why some? Oh wait, I'm out of bolts. Damn. Damn it.
Venture no further, or be struck down where you stand.
Who? What?
Korean.
I am the guardian of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall enter except the chosen. Speak. You are the chosen. For many years I have tested those who came here, and all have failed. You are unaffected by the power I wield, and thus must surely be the chosen.
I?
Once I was as you were, confused and without answers. Yet they came in time. Now my duty is complete. I can finally rest. My sacrifice was not in vain.
What is that? Roberto can feel the acidic touch of the artifact's magic reaching toward him. Using a shred of cloth from his robes to shield his hands, he retrieves the hovering artifact. The essence of Oliath. A ruby effigy. The room appears to be an incredibly ancient shrine to the ancients, as noted in the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Could this be what Roberto's captor seeks to preserve with this monument? Roberto has completed his survey of the complex. Now he can return to the surface and report his findings to the captor. If I can make it out alive, that is. I guess I don't do anything here. Oh, dear God. Oh, wait. God damn it. Not quite. My mind has returned. This way. Yeah, rats. That's just a wall. An abandoned library of sorts. A small collection of rotted, useless books lie amidst smashed pottery and debris. Get out of this hellhole. There were some crossbow bolts that I don't need anymore. Oh, this is...
And what news do you bring me, Architect?
The foundations are infested. Demons and devils. Many lives will be lost if you try to build there.
You have done well to complete your goal, Bianchi. The construction will continue as planned.
But the demons! You'd be insane to build there.
Silence, dog! What dwells beneath the Forbidden City is the very reason it was built. For you to understand, you must witness it firsthand. Let me educate you. Guards! Put this one with the others of the sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
I am the Scourge of God, appointed to chastise you, since no one knows the remedy for your iniquity except me. You are wicked, but I am more wicked than you, so be silent. Now you, architect, you are about to make your largest contribution to this project.
The stack of human bodies. You've met a terrible fate, haven't you? I hear crumbling. An unseen force guides Alex's hand toward the painting, compelling her to look behind it. She reaches out and pulls back the painting and discovers a chapter page behind it. Alex found a chapter page entitled "A War to End All Wars."
The Black Guardian grows restless, my liege. Its hunger increases, and the binding continues to weaken. We feed it flesh, but I fear it will not guard the relic too much longer.
There is no choice in the matter. It must remain and guard the artifact until the time of planetary alignment. After that, the Guardian may return to its lair. Our master does not like failure. It is imperative to keep the binding intact.
Then we have to find more flesh and bone.
Well, that's gonna do it for the rest of of chapter 8. If you stuck around with me for this long, that's certainly appreciated. And I hope to I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone.